The third title fight on this card. This is interesting. Not necessarily for the reasons you would think it was, though. Chris Cyborg against Tanya Evinger for the vacated 145 belt. Because remember, Jermaine Durandamy was like, nah, fuck all that shit about fighting a Cyborg, which, to be honest, 99% of females and probably about 90% of dudes would do. You know what I mean? And instead, you get this bad motherfucker, Tanya Evinger. Well, first of all, to get back a little bit. Megan Anderson was supposed to fight him. Visa issue, she can't get here from Australia, so there went that fight. So you get badass Tanya Evinger, who legitimately does not give a fuck. She showed up to the presser. I saw pictures. She showed up to the presser in like pants, a button-up shirt, and fucking suspenders. Yeah, overalls. Yeah, overalls. There you go. I thought it was suspenders. Overalls and a backwards hat. And Cyborg goes up there when the dress trying to look elegant as fuck, and Evan just sitting there going like, I don't give a shit. I'm fighting this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, she's a no fucks given type of fighter. Everyone always talks about I don't give a fuck. She legitimately does not give a single fuck, which is what to me makes this fight interesting. That and her skill set, which is hard-nosed wrestling from the get-go. She doesn't strike very much. You know what I mean? Like when she dominates fights, she gets the chicks down and starts beating them up. So I'll go first on this one. I'm gonna pick the upset of all upsets. I'm picking Evinger to win by decision. It's gonna be. But it's got to be right. She's got to get Cyborg to the ground. And I know Cyborg Jiu-Jitsu is high level. Totally understood. Tanya Evinger Jiu-Jitsu is no fucking joke either, though. She's got Jiu-Jitsu. She's got good Jiu-Jitsu. So I think Evinger gets the fight to the ground early and gasses her out, man. Just gasses her out. And Cyborg ends up losing in, like, crazy upset fashion. I mean, and I know I'm, like, one of the few picking Evinger probably. But I'm going to pick Tanya Evinger because fuck it. All right, Fred, you can go.
Well, Eddie, I'll hand it to you. You got some balls on you, my son. Tanya Evinger ain't got a snowball's chance in hell of winning this fight. Now, listen, I'll give you this. You got a point. Stylistically speaking, this is definitely Cyborg's toughest test in the cage. So we can all at least be thankful about that. It's still not a natural 145er, so that's kind of a bummer. And that will play into this fight. If Tanya Evinger was a little bigger and maybe a little younger, this fight could be very interesting. And Cyborg will get her just due. The weight division will catch up with her. All these things will happen. This fight could get interesting if Evinger can get the takedown early and often. This fight could get interesting. I know everybody says that Cyborg's got good jiu-jitsu, but we ain't really never had to see it in action, Jack. She comes in and thunder strikes every fucking broad she's ever fought. So if Evinger can, put her on her back often, this fight could get interesting. I don't see it happening just because Cyborg's so fucking big. She is going to enjoy a strength advantage, youth. She's probably on fucking horse tranquilizers or something. I mean, it ain't going to be nothing nice in there. You know how she gets down. She's fucking huge, man. That broad is strong. So, listen, I can't in good faith pick Tanya Evinger. Lord knows I'll be rooting for her. I hope the fight is good. But, I mean, ultimately, after a couple failed takedown attempts, I think she gets thunderstruck late in the first.
Damn. All right, Jesse. What you got?
I agree with you, Eddie. I mean, if anybody out there has never seen Tanya Evinger fight, I mean, she's the type of broad that you would want to take to a bar. And if you got in a bar fight, she'd be the first one already throwing a punch. Even before anybody started anything, she'd already be throwing a punch, grabbing some dude, grinding him on the ground, just like beating the hell out of him. She'd be the dude like that would scare. She'd be the chick that would scare all the other dudes away from thinking about fighting. That being said, she's got skills, man. Like her against Kiniskaya, the way she defended that armbar was correct, and it's nasty. Putting your nasty foot on someone's face so they let go of your arm is just a nasty trick, man. But it's effective, right?
I've seen it in tournaments, dude. It's fucked up, and everyone boos it, but it works.
and that's the thing. she's the type of chick that's gonna do these types of things. You know, she's probably gonna poke you in the eye. She's probably not gonna shower. You know, she's gonna do everything possible to just make this a fight that you don't want to be in. But I have to agree with Fred. I mean, all those things aside, Cyborg is just Cyborg, man. And from what I hear, she's already on point, ready to make weight. Has a new nutritionist working with her, and she's ready to go. She's ready to claim this title that should have been hers already in her hometown, basically, right? Anaheim. You know, she trains out of here in California. She's at home, so this is perfect for her, and I think she's going to shine in this fight here. I don't think it's going to be a first round utter destruction. I think it might last 2 rounds. Tanya Evinger is pretty tough. I think she might be the Leslie Smith here. You know, maybe her ears falling off, her nose is busted up, she's bleeding all over the place. But I think she'll take quite a bit of damage before she goes down. So it's going to be a nasty fight for sure.
All right, and going off the comments here, Rose is taking Cyborg in second round via TKO, saying, "I wish it was a fairer fight, but still, Evinger is awesome." And of course, Jeremiah is saying, "You know who I'm picking. I'm loyal. I'm loyal. You fucks." Says Tanya texted me yesterday saying how pumped she is. That's my homegirl. Yeah, I mean, yeah, at least someone else is picking Evinger too. I'm just going off this how like I've seen most of her fights, and she's a tough chick, dude.
For sure. Listen, much respect. Tanya Evinger deserves all the respect in the world. She's a tough broad, and like Jesse said, like she's about that life. It's Cyborg, man. You know what I'm saying? If it was any other broad at 135 in the UFC, we'd have us a nice little tango going. But Cyborg's just in a whole fucking other league, man. It's hard to bet against her.